Alright, straight back into it again. So, I'm just going to go around some of these traders out here. I think he just sells food.
Finest fish caught this morning. What'll it be?
Yep.
Come back soon.
There's a trader over here. Paintings.
You look like someone whose soul needs feeding. Care to buy? Do come again.
Then, oh, there's another trader outside here.
Fruit, vegetables. What can I do you for?
He could be useful if we need camp supplies, but I would rather just find them somewhere on the floor and pick them up. You know, I prefer my melons having rolled down the gutter first rather than sat neatly packed in a box. Oh, you sell. What do you sell? Tools.
Need something? I've got the tools for any job.
Smoke powder bombs.
Job.
Any job indeed. Yeah.
Whatever you're working on.
Cheers. Bye. And then up here, through here.
Welcome to Danthelon's dancing axe.
Danthelon's dancing axe. Right. Not quite the potions I'm looking for. Ooh. Supreme Elixir of Arcane Cultivation. That's quite a nice one. I don't know if I'm necessarily after that though. Now, the Horns of the Berserker, yeah. You get a +2 to attack rolls when attacking creatures that have already taken damage. Unarmed and melee attacks will deal an extra 2 necrotic as long as you don't have your full health. If you don't deal any damage this turn, you take necrotic damage at the end. Now, there's almost never going to be a turn where Bunda isn't dealing damage. So I'm going to say... I don't think he is wearing a helmet. I know it doesn't show he's wearing a helmet, but I could have it hidden. The circlet. Ah, yeah, that's right. We're wearing the circlet. I'm buying it, though. I'm buying it because that could be very important. While using patient defense, you also have the effect of Blade Ward. That's nice. That's half to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, I'm sure. While using Step of the Wind, your next attack roll has advantage and deals force +1 to armor class. I mean, that is... And it's rare clothing as well. Wow. There's so much about that that's perfect. I mean, that is quite clearly a monk's armor clothing as such. So, it was definitely designed for me. And it being an Act 3 as well just makes it better. And this is also monk-like snow-dusted monastery gloves. It says it in the name. You're unarmed. Attacks deal an additional cold damage plus the use of ice knife. Is that haggis? Hey, some haggis. Throw that in the mix as well. So we're way off being able to afford any of this. Just that, really. Like I could put up the cash for this. Let me see. I'm going to put the adamantine shield in because we've got Kethrix now. We don't really need that. We'll put in these gloves. Helmet. I want to do it in terms of value. Just so I'm not wasting my time on things that don't really have that much value. The scurrying of feet in the background is quite annoying. Oil of Accuracy. I'm not using it. Even if I do switch back, I'm not going to regret that. By switch back, I'm meaning switch back to my original build that I was going for. See this false life, 7 temporary hit points? I know you can scale that up if you have a wizard in your class. We don't. Shadowheart can't learn false life, so that's quite useless to me. Grease. Honestly, if you've ever found a use for grease in this game, good on you. Beyond the Blood of Lathander questline, I can't think of a single time where I've ever thought to use it. Arrow of Ilmater could be good. It's kind of got a similar effect to Bone Shell, where they can't regain hit points whilst under its effect. So we will hold on to that, although I don't know if I will be using it. Arsonist's oil, coat your weapon in an oil, transforms target's fire resistance to fire vulnerability. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, I've never actually looked into that properly. That might be something I want to use. Right, and then by this point, a lot of the stuff's useless. So if we find wee bits and pieces here, we'll throw them in, but I'm not going to go too deep. Yeah, that quill can go. See this adamantine slag? I don't know why I'm holding on to it now. The unfinished stuffed teddy bear, that's the bomb thing, I think. I'm not holding on to that as evidence. Instead, we'll just sell it. Right. So we're almost there. We almost made it. How much we got? 204 to give. 204. Oh. 204. There we go. Right.
Short fat.
I've just done that. I can't even remember what I picked up. What was it? It was gloves, wasn't it? It was new gloves. No, it wasn't. No, it was the helmet. It was the helmet. Picked up the helmet. Ah, we need to lose this now. It is the right thing to do. Duh, back to being stupid again. Ah. Right, yep. Yeah, it's the right thing to do, honestly. I might change this, right? Your weapon attacks deal an additional 1d4. See the... Let's go to camp. Let's go to camp. Let's talk about this. The gloves of uninhibited Kashigo, I think, just do an extra 1d4. Which would then mean that anyone who's got resistance to anything isn't going to... Or resistance to fire wouldn't be able to counter that. Oh, just seen Volo's note. Volo gone. To whomever happens upon this note first. Regrettably, a matter of critical import requiring my immediate attention has arisen. Note that your various misadventures are unimportant per se. But, well... Regardless, the matter is far too sensitive to be committed to parchment here, so I shall regale you of it when we meet again in Baldur's Gate. Cordially yours, Volothamp Gedarm. I didn't know he had a full name. I thought it was just Volo the Volo. Type, we want to find gloves. Where are they? Where are they? Gloves of uninhibited Kashigo. The wearer deals an additional... Oh no, that's the throne one. Was there not one I had that was just... Oh, maybe not. Maybe I do have the best gloves on. That's the only 3 gloves that we have in here. And then all of my glove options here. Yeah. What I want to do though is hide the gloves. I just don't like the look of them. Can I not hide specific bits of armor? So I could just go for showing camp clothes and just find some nice camp clothes. Because it's not letting me hide everything else. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'm not going to sit here and stare at this any longer. Right. Alright, Karlak. There's my true barbarian of the camp. Oh, cable's a wee bit snagging. There we go. Right, time to go off and meet Lord Enver Gortash. Oh, do I need to talk to one of you? Thought you would have
Sorry,
instigated
Tom,
it.
can't let you through.
Yeah, you can.
Worms Rock's closed for the day.
No, it's not. An assassin is in pursuit of Duke Ravengard. I need to warn him. Try again. Need at least an 18. That's not going to work. At a bare minimum 15. Oh! Right, we're down one. We're up. We're up. That's not enough. One away! On my guidance, I rolled a 1 out of a possible 1, 2, 3, or 4. That's it. That'll be it. That is it.
Hells. First Stelmane and now this. Hurry up then. Last door on the right.
Thank you, thank you.
Lower the gates. Special permission.
Oh, you're sweet. Thank you. Let me at him, let me at him.
Halt! We do not know how you gained entry, but your trespass shall not be punished. Lord Gortash has been expecting you.
The Watcher's presence fades, but another takes its place. Confident, dominant, commanding.
My most esteemed guest, we meet at last. I am Lord Enver Gortash. You are the prison bearer, slayer of the dread General Ketheric Thorm. I welcome you to Baldur's Gate, my city.
Lovely. The city will never be yours.
It already is. Granted, there are a few formalities to complete, but well, why don't you come see? Allow me to formally invite you to my inauguration. Make your way to the ceremonial hall.
From Gortash. We shouldn't have any more trouble from it.
Hell, not this again.
Appears to be resisting its
Okay.
masters.
These save fails are causing concern, but not too much.
If it isn't little Will's chum.
Hiya!
I hope he hasn't been too much trouble. Heard about his father. The Dead Three's puppet. A travesty, really.
Yeah, what can you do?
He's upstairs in Worms Rock, ordaining Gortash as Archduke. A splendid shindig, I hear. Perfect for crashing. Go on up. We'll talk after. And bring the pup along, if you can.
No.
I'd hate for him to miss the fun.
No, this is a 2-player playthrough, Mizora. It's only me and Shadowheart. Can't bring him. No can do. Ah, look at this. We've got a wee walkout for us. Hiya! Ah, look at this.
Stand down, villain. In the name of the Steel Watch, aggressive action will not be tolerated in the presence of the patriarchs of this proud city.
Didn't even do anything. But point taken. I'll keep things peaceful.
The Steel Watch appreciate your cooperation, citizen.
Dearest patriarchs, but a moment. I must greet a most honored guest. My friend, forgive the cold welcome. My Steel Watchers are eager watchdogs, for the good of the people, I'm sure you understand. Lord Enver Gortash at your service. I understand congratulations are in order. Thorm's defeat hasn't gone unnoticed. You're known for who you are and for that nether stone that you carry. You know, it takes all three to control the brain. Without Thorm's, it's become vexingly willful. The quakes are a clear warning. If nobody steps in soon, it'll free itself from the authority of the crown. I expect it'll start with turning the Sword Coasts infected. You among them. That prism of yours won't last indefinitely. Next, the grand design. The Mind Flayer Empire reborn. If we're lucky, we'll become slaves. If we're unlucky, well, not the most thrilling of prospects, but it's a fate that can be avoided if you and I come to an understanding. Together, we can still restore authority over the brain.
Of course. Gortash always did have an eye for opportunity.
You're a dead man. I can't let you take over the city.
No! Those watchers are liable to turn us into cat food if we move a muscle.
Sage advice. My steel watchers take unkindly to threats, no matter how hollow. You're of little use to me, dead. But dead is exactly what you will be if you arouse the ire of my steel watch.
Look, I'm not interested in bargaining with the likes of you.
The likes of you stand to benefit from the likes of me. There's an old wisdom. A brittle alliance can never be mended. It can only break. With Ketheric gone, Orin proved treacherous. Baal's chosen wants the Netherstones for herself. She only cares for blood. And your blood and mine are of particular interest to her.
Well, if she wants my blood, she'll have to find me first.
Orin changes shape faster than you and I change clothes. You know. She's tricked you before. She's targeted me as well. I'm well protected, but she's extremely good at what she does. If Orin obtains all 3 Netherstones, she'll plunge the coast into chaos and paint the city in blood. I can't let that happen. I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth.
I've never been quite clear on what Gortash's end goal is, and I don't think he ever does outline it. Because he's saying there he wants for the good of Baldur's Gate, but it's his good of the good of Baldur's Gate, not the good of Baldur's Gate, some kind of greater good of idea of freedom or whatever that might be to you. But yeah, what do you propose?
I'd like to propose a pact, a divine oath sworn upon spirit and flesh. I do no harm to you, nor you to me. Furthermore, you'll have nothing to fear from my steel watch while our pact stands. Thorm's stone is yours to keep. When you slay Orin and take her stone, you bring it here, so the 3 are united once again. Together we rule Faerun as kings. No, more than kings. Gods. We rule as the Absolute. What do you say? Shall we be allies?
I can detect no deceit. This alliance could serve us well. And if it does not, well, we need not honor it.
I don't plan to honor it. He's going to be the first one I kill. I'll think about it. No promises.
Perhaps a demonstration of why you need my help will motivate you to make the right decision. Your camp is compromised. One among you is an imposter, a faceless. Who, I can't say. I'd suggest a thorough investigation. You'll find I speak the truth.
A doppelganger in our camp. That sounds all too believable.
The faceless in your camp is like a knife at your throat. Remove it quickly, or any alliance between us would be exceedingly short-lived.
Do you know, I wonder if it can ever be a person that you have out in the party with you when he reveals that. I would imagine not. But what happens if you don't have a big camp? What happens if you only had Shadowheart? Would she be the doppelganger? I don't know. I must go.
Before you do, come and witness, as I make history as the first Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
Alright.
Then we proceed. The patriarchs await. Distinguished dukes, patriarchs, dearest Ravengard, I will heed your call. A new chapter begins.
Enver Gortash, swearest thou by Balduran's blade to defend the citizens of Baldur's Gate from enemies within and without?
I swear.
Swearest thou true faith and fealty to the same, by word, deed, and decree, so that none may suffer?
I swear.
Gathered guests, grant ye consent? Enver Gortash, the council appoints you Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
My friends, the Steel Watch stands ready. Let its blade fall on any who would diminish our city. And you, honored guest, will find me in my office above when you return. Do not come empty-handed.
Do you know, I'd really love to know if you can break the fight out there. I mean, I suppose I could still start a fight right now. Take him on right here. Let's get 357 health though. And then these Steel Watchers, there's at least 4, probably not 5, 6, 7, 8. It would be about one of the worst ideas I'd ever have. Because that's 2,000 and probably 100 health between them. And then him, you know, at least 2,500 health to deal with. Never mind the guards who stand ready. But, the thought's nice. If I was level 12, I could give that a go. Level 12 with 4 people, could definitely give that a go.
What did I tell you? A momentous occasion. I'm sure you agree. And to think, the drama's just started. You see, Gortash has had Will's father relocated.
That was fast. I thought Gortash would have had more use for the Duke in Worm's Rock.
I'm just an impartial observer. This is Gortash's game. A murderous one, the way I hear it. Ravengard's good as dead. And to think, there's no way to save him. Or is there?
I'm not giving up on the Duke. Tell me what to do.
My, aren't we eager? Let's meet Will in your camp. Work something out. The Duke's life depends on it.
Alrighty. Back to camp. Well, there he is. Hello.
Your tadpole quivers, revealing your discussion with Mazora to Will.
Shit. Father's been taken, and Mazora started to scheme. By all the hounds of the hells, what is she planning?
I have no idea, but I can't wait to find out. Tomorrow night if we're lucky.
A little too eager for my liking. Well, we'll have answers soon enough. Let's talk to Mazora. Until then, may my father keep safe, whatever coop he's been flown to.
Now, this might seem like an incredible waste, and I would tend to agree with you. However, in the interest of storytelling, I think it's probably best that we do go to sleep now.
Sorore surge, testis esto pacti me. Come, sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in Beator.
Notum sit in Beator.
Holy hells.
Please, introduce me to your friends.
Fina, Cirrus, arbiters for the hells, exemplars of justice.
Your parasite links with Will's, and your memories flow into him. He sees his father's flight from Worm's Rock, and hears Mizora's words to you.
Shit. Where did Gortash send my father? How do I save him?
Sisters.
Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus.
Your contract, Will. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable.
And break it already? Will doesn't need to wait 6 months.
No contract is ended without sacrifice. A cost must be paid. Will Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your soul to me and the Archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact and you are freed from your duty. Your father dies by his enemy's hand, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
Bloody Zariel. I won't let her take Will.
Silence, Karlak.
Mizora, you asshole!
Choose.
So at this point in time, I usually choose to bound Will to a pact eternal in order to get the protection for Duke Ravengard. But I'm thinking, does she mean that he dies by his enemy's hands right now? Because she says a sacrifice has to be made. So it wouldn't be fair if we just ran off, saved Ravengard, and then she's got nothing. So I think that's what she means by it, which is why I'm going to choose again. Save your father, Will. The city will need him to help rebuild. Yeah.
You damned wretch. Do it then. Claim my soul for Zariel. Keep my father safe.
Fiat ita.
Fiat ita. Anima ad beator.
Seems you've got a new mission, pup. Go save your father. He's locked in a very nasty place. Gortash's secret command center and prison. Lucky for you, I know the way in. I'll mark your map. After all, a deal's a deal. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand. Just for the entertainment.
There we go. So even if you do not get to Ravengard in time, or even if you do something that causes Gortash to go against you and decides to kill Ravengard, tries to kill Ravengard, you are still able to get him. Mizora will intervene to collect Ravengard and bring him directly to your camp. But that's not going to stop us from doing the quest to save Ravengard. It's quite a fun one. I'd say it's up there as being one of my favourite missions in the game. Along with a few other ones that happen in this act, so there is a lot to get to. I'm going to take that long rest now. I know Will's wanting to have a chat, I don't really care. I just wanted that storyline to progress so that we have that pact made and that we can save Ravengard, because I think that's important to the main quest of this storyline between myself and Shadowheart. Even though it is a very Will-specific storyline. So let's leave camp. We'll get a save done because this error thing, I don't know if it's part of the mod that we've got on with the face mod and the money mod. I don't know. Let's do a save.
Except if you're a criminal, of course.
Sounds good. And I believe on that note, I'm going to call it. I think we've done not a lot, but this is a story progression. This is just to skip us from one bit to another. I'm going to step forward now into the lower city of Baldur's Gate. Now it gives you the warning, you're entering a different area, do you wish to venture forth there? That's fine. See at this point, going between like Rivington and Baldur's Gate, there's nothing really to it. I don't know why it puts that warning up there, as if you're going into something that you can't return from, or there's an increased difficulty level, but the lower city is where it all happens. That's where all the big major plot points happen for the end of the game. So yeah, but I'm going to be calling the episode in just a second. There's not anything really here that I think that I could do in the next 20 minutes or so that I feel would make sense and would be worthwhile. And I've enjoyed this episode. It's been a good one. Good wee bit of storytelling going on in it. We haven't had many of them. I feel like most of them you get like 15 minutes of story and then it's like 35 minutes of a big scrap, me planning out how I'm going to take on multiple foes. But yeah, here we are, we finally made it into the lower city of Baldur's Gate. You can see off in the distance there Sorcerer's Sundries, the bank, the harbour. I've done that thing again where we skip area because my camera's moved too far. I was worried about that. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Hopefully we get ourselves leveled up in the next episode. I think that's possible, even though I know that looks like miles away. We're at level 10 right now, and level 11 is probably about 17,000 XP away. I think there's 2 fights that I think we could maybe get done in the next one, and that might put us up to level 11. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.